Joan Rivers was one of my favorite guests ever, and now her daughter Melissa is auctioning off some of her most treasured possessions at the legendary Christie's. Please welcome back to our show our friend Melissa Rivers. Hi, thank you. I love that. No, have a seat.
I had to look at the shoes first.
Yeah, no, and I looked at yours first too, and you know, black shoes are so predictable when you wear a black dress.
Yes.
I love the nude thing. Let's give you some shoe cam.
Yes, there we go.
Yes, Melissa.
I love the sound effect with the shoes.
I know.
Now, the funny thing is, when I was picking out what I was going to wear, I picked out a different pair.
Yes.
And then we looked at what I wore last time, and it was the same shoes.
Oh.
So there was like a full-on panic in my house to find a different pair of shoes.
Well, I'm sure you have plenty.
I did, but it was just like, because I know you in shoes.
Did you and your mother wear the same size shoes?
No, I had a much bigger foot.
Than your mother.
And that is regrettable, because she would take my shoes and I couldn't wear hers.
Yeah.
It's true. I'd come home, she'd be in my closet like,
You know, your mother was the most guested guest ever here on Wendy. Joan had been here 7 times.
Wow.
And now, I just want to know, is she making an 8th appearance today? Because I understand her ashes are on tour.
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I don't have her ashes with me on this trip.
Okay.
To explain.
Okay.
My mom loved being lots of places, and she loved lots of people. So I decided, when I had her ashes, I just sort of started putting them different places.
Yes.
And I like to think of it as just sort of the constant world tour. And a lot of her friends have some of her ashes, and I've sent them around the world to different people. And she's in London and Italy and a lot of restaurants in New York. I don't want to tell you which.
She'd love that.
And some stores in Wyoming and the E Studio in LA, because we just moved to new studios. So our last Fashion Police taping, I left her ashes in that studio because, let's be honest, my mom and I built that flippin' studio. So, you know, along with a few other franchises, so.
I saw that there's this coat with a beautiful custom-made pink lining that says E on the lining.
Yes.
Now, is that online or is that going to be in person?
That is one of the live auction items. That was worn to a big E event.
Yes.
And it was a big black and white coat, and you opened it up and had a big giant red
Fabulous.
E on the inside.
So I will never forget being invited to your mother's house and sitting in all the opulence. I mean, and that's just part of it, everyone.
Well, the best is people keep asking me, like, who was there and who sat and what. And finally...
I can tell you where I sat.
I know. You sat in a lot of those different chairs. Well, people keep saying to me, who sat where? I said, well, it was everyone from Nancy Reagan to Wendy Williams. So your ass has been everywhere.
Yeah, I sat right there in the vanilla-colored couch.
Yes.
On the right side. That's
Yes.
where I sat. Because my husband's phone fell out of his pocket, and then he didn't have it once we left. And then the next day, we called your mother, and she was nice enough to open the door for somebody here at the show to fish around in the couch and find the phone.
Yeah.
So, all right, look. So the apartment sold for something or another $1 million to a Saudi prince. Is that true?
Yes.
Cash?
The check cleared.
Would your mom be happy with that?
I'm going to stick with the check cleared.
And so she'd be happy with that.
Yes. You know what? So anyone who's ever had to go through anything like this, everything has happened very, very quickly. It's only been 19 months since my mother passed.
Oh, my gosh.
And the fact that everything has sort of fallen into line very quickly and in the correct order makes me feel like my mom was such a believer, and I know you had lots of conversations with her about during good times and bad, keep moving forward.
Yes.
And I believe that's sort of her hand in making sure everything is moving forward in the correct order for myself and Cooper to continue our lives moving forward.
So now the clinic that was wrongfully, the wrongful death lawsuit, that's all cleared up. Does that make you do you feel relieved?
Relieved is a very complicated word, as is closure.
Yeah.
But it has now freed me up to take my next step, which is really we're going to start pressing for legislation. We want to create something, especially here in New York, called Joan's Law, and I will start in that back when when the legislature comes back into session.
What is that?
Where we really want to have stricter rules and mandates for outpatient and ambulatory clinics, so that these kind of things cannot happen a second time and to anybody else, with what I have gone through and my mother has gone through, and obviously what Cooper has gone through. So by finishing that up, it's allowing me to take the next step in what I think is a very important journey that I am now finding myself on.
Yes. So let's take a look at a few of the items.
Okay.
Now, first of all, this is all out of my league. Joan loved Fabergé eggs.
Fabergé. We didn't have any eggs.
Fabergé. Now look at this.
Yes, that is a carved nephrite leaf with gold seed pearls and diamonds. The thing is, it's literally so small, it fits in the palm of your hand. What? It's about that big.
Well, you can put your wedding set in there, like your most...
Yes. One of the beautiful things that people don't realize, you think of the Fabergé eggs as being big.
Right.
They were teeny.
Yes.
They were actually made as Easter eggs for the Russian imperial royal family. And the beauty of Fabergé, which people don't realize, is these were things that are meant to be used. So the frames, if you look at old pictures from their homes and stuff, there's actually Fabergé frames with pictures in them on their dressing tables and things like that. So that little tiny cup actually fits just like this.
But based on how your mother decorated her Manhattan mansion,
yes,
it looks like she used all that. Like, that is my style. Like, I love all that gaudy.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. Well, she was a maximalist, which we have decided now is called rich people hoarding.
Okay.
But my mom had this theory about that you used your things.
So what does that go for before you even put your paddle up?
It has a pretty high reserve. The reserve estimate, the bottom estimate, is about $100,000 on that.
Okay, so I can't get that.
But
okay.
no, my mom believed in using her things, and one of the things she was very clear about with me always was, if you have beautiful things and wonderful things, use them.
That's
They're
what I
not
said.
meant to sit in the warehouse or in the box or only get used, you know, once a year. If you have good china, use your good china. Enjoy your things. Also. And that's so important.
So now let's move along. This is a French marble top table with drawers.
Yes, that's actually referred to as the Linky commode.
Now, how big is that?
That's a big piece of furniture. That's a significant. If you go back to the picture of the living room, you can actually see it on one side.
Okay.
That's the Linky commode. That apparently, which I didn't know until recently, is apparently a very important piece of furniture.
Well, okay, so how much?
And commode not meaning toilet.
Toilet.
It means a thing with drawers.
About how much?
I believe that's $150.
And that's the starting bid?
Yeah.
Okay, another one.
But there's lots of stuff.
Okay, wait. Tell me about the brooch. Can I touch the brooch?
Of course you can touch this brooch.
Okay, it's here.
Yes.
Now, if I were to see a woman in the street with this brooch, I would swear it's like enamel and you know, faux diamonds.
Right.
But this is the real.
This is the real deal. This is actually available in the online portion of the. Look how good that goes with your dress.
Right.
Oh, get your phone, the online auction has already opened. The live auction is on Wednesday. But something like this is on the online. This is actually going to be, I don't know what the bids are right now. It's enamel, sapphires, and diamonds. This was one of her favorites. But look how pretty that is on you.
I know what, Melissa. Now, what is the starting bid?
I don't know. This is one of the online items. So there's a whole online component as well. But this is definitely in your price range. Honestly, there is everything from $50 all the way up.
Are you wearing anything from your mother right now?
I wear her watch every day.
Now, did you keep anything, like, what do you keep as her daughter?
Well, that's the funny thing is, you know, when you go through this process, you think, I want to keep everything. It's all so meaningful.
Yes.
You know, and then little by little, as you weed through it, my mom gave me a great gift in the sense of she said to me, my taste is my taste, your taste is your taste. Keep what you want, get rid of the rest, give some of the money to charity, and they get things that you want and you love, and it's the same as it coming from me. Which is very freeing.
Now, you gave Spike to one of her assistants?
No, Spike's been in the afterworld for a long time. She got Spike the day I left for college.
Oh, okay.
So that was many eons ago.
Okay.
But the dogs are with her assistant. But the things I kept when push came to shove is stuff nobody would want. I kept her toothbrush cup. I kept the stuff off her night table. You know, it's the stuff that was very personal to me. People were like, why the toothbrush cup? Because in her bathroom, when we'd be talking, I'd be leaning against the back wall, looking in the mirror, right? See, so we could talk. And it turns out, which I never realized all those years, her toothbrush cup was in my eye line.
Always.
So her little silver toothbrush cup is now on my sink.
What did she keep on her night table stand? I'm curious.
You know, there's a little frame with a picture of Cooper, a pencil cup. You know, I still have like her reading glasses, her alarm clock.
Oh.
You know, it's that turns out to be the stuff that you want to keep near you.
Yeah.
And I kept the good dishes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
and a lot of the jewelry.
Yes.
Because eventually Cooper will
hopefully somebody that you like.
Well, as I refer to them right now, he doesn't have any, but I'm planning on just calling them like whore 1, whore 2, whore 3, whore 4. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to commit to a name.
Right.
Yeah.
So, very quickly, Melissa's mom is being honored tonight at the Kennedy Center with the Comedy Festival.
Yeah, Wednesday night, yes.
Excuse me, Wednesday night,
yes.
which is fabulous. And then I have a gift for you.
Me?
Well, I mean, after all this opulence, I don't know whether you want my stupid gift.
Of course I want. Well, by the way, how much Joan Rivers jewelry did my mom give you on this show?
Oh, excuse me, and I gave a lot of it to my mother for her to wear, and she's supposed to say, Mommy, I want my stuff.
By the way, our stuff is still on QVC. There's plenty more for you and your mom.
Really?
Yes.
I want something that Joan wore, though. Like,
get
I have her clip-in hair.
She
would come here and cut a rug.
With the new hair color, I'm sure I can rustle up some more hair pieces for you.
Thank you. All right, now look. I just adored your mother so much. This picture was, like, I think, one of our first visits ever together. And I would just like you to have it.
I love it. Look at all of us.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for being here. By the way, good luck with Fashion Police.
Thank you.
We didn't get a chance to talk about that. But the Joan Rivers collection is available online now and in Christie's showroom live starting tomorrow. Go to wendyshow.com for all the details.